Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for that very warm invitation. Now that we've settled the question of the existence of God, I suppose it only remains to settle the probable existence of Richard Dawkins. And I'm reliably informed that there's a bus running around Oxford suggesting that he might not exist. And my brief is to talk to you about probably the most powerful scientific voice that has been added to the atheist choir. And that is the voice of physicist Stephen Hawking. Around the world, the headlines were full of it. Stephen Hawking says physics leaves no room for God. And these headlines were referring to the publication of his book co-authored with Leonard Mlodinow entitled The Grand Design. That book went straight to the top of the bestseller charts. And of course, the public confession of atheism by a man of such high intellectual profile as Hawking had the instant effect of ratcheting up the debate by several notches. What are we to think of it? Because it certainly has disturbed many people, particularly young people. One young man wrote to me and he said he recalls the shock of stopping at a filling station and reading on the hoarding, physicist Hawking says, physics has no room for God. He was a Christian. And he said to himself, well, what chance have I of entering into this debate? I am a professional pure mathematician. That is my field. But of course these things go beyond science, as we shall see in a moment. And that is why I made a small attempt to respond to Hawking. If he pronounces that there is no God in the name of physics, does it mean that all theologians should resign their chairs forthwith? All church workers hang up their hats and go home? Is it really true that the Grand Master of Physics has checkmated the Grand Designer of the universe? Now, it is an immense claim to have banished God. And I want to go straight to the heart of the book, The Grand Design, with this central claim: because there is a law of gravity, the universe can and will create itself out of nothing. Now, perhaps the first question to ask is, what does Hawking mean when he uses the word nothing? The universe can and will create itself out of nothing. Because notice the assumption in the first part of that statement. Because there is a law of gravity. That is an assertion of existence. Because there is something, the universe will create itself out of nothing. It's a very odd way to start, isn't it? Hawking assumes that there is a law of gravity. But one might want to be generous and presume that he also assumes that gravity exists, for the simple reason that an abstract mathematical law on its own would be vacuous with nothing to describe, a point to which I shall return. But the main issue surely is this: gravity, or a law of gravity, is not nothing, if Hawking is using that word in its usual philosophically correct sense of non-being. If he's not, he should have told us. So, the heart of this book appears to be an assertion that the universe is simultaneously created from nothing and from something, which I do not regard as a very promising start. Now, of course, I am aware that when physicists talk about nothing, they often appear to mean a quantum vacuum, which is manifestly not nothing. And Hawking alludes to it later in the book. We are a product, he says, of quantum fluctuations in the very early universe. I'm tempted to suspect that a lot of this is a bit too much ado about nothing. Now, I know it's late in the morning for logic, ladies and gentlemen, but I just pointed out to you what I think is the first level of self-contradiction in Hawking's statement. But I believe there to be three. And I've subsequently tried to invent a sentence in English Hawking's three levels of self-contradiction, and I haven't been able to do so. So my challenge to you is to try and copy Hawking by producing something parallel to it. Let's analyze it a bit further. The universe can and will create itself. Now, if I say X creates Y, I'm presupposing the existence of X in order to bring Y into existence. That is what the word means. So if I say X creates X, I am presupposing the existence of X to account for the existence of X. Well, this is obviously self-contradictory, and it's logically incoherent even if we put X equal to the universe. To presuppose the existence of the universe to account for the existence of the universe sounds like something out of Alice in Wonderland, not science. Now that's a second distinct level of contradiction. The first one you will recall is the universe is created out of something which is nothing. The second is it creates itself. But then the notion that the law of gravity, that a law of nature explains the existence of the universe, is also self-contradictory. Since a law of nature by definition surely depends for its own existence on the prior existence of the nature it purports to describe, and I shall come back to that later. So I would submit to you, however provocatively it may seem to you, that the main conclusion of the grand design turns out to be a triple self-contradiction. Philosophers just might be tempted to comment, so that's what comes of saying philosophy is dead. Oxford chemist Peter Atkins, whom I believe is to be the subject of a debate later, believes, I quote, that space-time generates its own dust in the process of its own self-assembly. Atkins dubs this the cosmic bootstrap principle, referring, of course, to the self-contradictory idea of a person lifting himself by pulling on his own bootlaces. Well, our Oxford colleague, Keith Ward, is surely right to say that Atkins' view of the universe is as blatantly self-contradictory as the name he gives to it, pointing out that it is logically impossible for a cause to bring about some effect without already being in existence. Ward concludes, between the hypothesis of God and the hypothesis of a cosmic bootstrap, there's no competition. We were always right to think that persons or universes who seek to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps are forever doomed to failure. What this goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, is that nonsense remains nonsense, even when it's talked by world-famous scientists. But what it serves to obscure, what serves to obscure the illogicality is the fact that the statements are made by scientists. Because it seems to me in the whole contemporary debate, one of the dangers, a real danger, is that we confuse a statement by a scientist with a statement of science. Not all statements by scientists are statements of science, and therefore they do not enjoy whatever authority you ascribe to science itself. Immense prestige and authority do not compensate for faulty logic. Now, the worrying thing about all of this to me is that this illogical notion of the universe creating itself out of a nothing, which is a something, by a law of gravity which appears to exist without gravity itself possibly, is not a peripheral point in the book The Grand Design. It's the key argument. And if the key argument is invalid, in one sense there's little left to say. However, since the laws of nature play a major role in Hawking's argument, it might be important to comment on them as well. Because I detect what look like at least some very serious misunderstandings regarding the nature and capacity of the laws of nature. And to approach this, I'd like to draw attention to another feature of the book which really is relevant to the issue that's faced by many, particularly young people today. And that is the mistake made by Dawkins, Hitchens, and all the rest of them in presenting before the public the choice between God and science, and saying that you have got to choose between the two. In Hawking's specific case, it's between God and the law of gravity. But on their own, those theories and laws cannot cause anything, let alone create it. And surely that is obvious from Hawking's own examples. The very first example he gives us of physical law is this. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. That is a law. It is an observed regularity in that sense. It is descriptive and predictive. But the law that the sun rises in the east or sets in the west doesn't move the sun. And it certainly didn't create the sun, did it? So the very example the man gives, Newton's law of motion, had never in the whole of the history of the universe caused a snooker ball to move over a table. It's a person with a cue that does that. The laws will describe, at least for the first couple of bounces before chaotic effects set in, what's going to happen. But laws don't cause anything nor create anything. So what can Hawking possibly mean by saying the universe arises naturally from physical law? But just to be slightly flippant, to wake you all up for a moment, I'm tempted to say that belief in God seems to me to be a much more rational option if the alternative is to believe that every other universe that can possibly exist does exist, including one in which Richard Dawkins is the Archbishop of Canterbury, Christopher Hitchens the Pope, and Billy Graham has just been voted Atheist of the Year. Much of the rationale of Hawking's argument lies in the idea there's a deep-seated conflict between science and religion. Because the Christian claim is, of course, that God is eternal. He never came to exist. He caused all that exists to exist, but he himself never came to exist. And if there is a God like that, he falls from Dawkins' question. Indeed, I put it to him that if he had written a book called The Created God's Delusion, nobody would have bought it. Because we've known for centuries that created gods are a delusion. We often call them idols. But the question has a little twist, ladies and gentlemen. As I put it to Richard in one of our debates, you believe it's a valid question. And indeed, in your universe it probably is, because you believe that the universe created you. Now let me ask you your own question. Who created your creator? I'm still waiting for the answer. So I leave you with this. Stephen Hawking was interviewed by The Guardian. And he said, heaven is a fairy story for people afraid of the dark. I was asked to comment. I did. Atheism is a fairy story for people afraid of the light. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.